shaking like a motherfucker.
Oh my goodness, we are back for round 2 of Miss Mia and the tour of her. So on the last episode, I gave you a pretty good idea of how the car came to be, its inception, and an overview of the outside aesthetics of her. I doubt there's really any true performance going on, but beautiful looking car. So on this week's episode, I'm going to go over the interior, the cabin, the cockpit, where all the action happens, and again, give you a little bit more of a rundown. Again, the premise behind this build was to kind of clone a JDM Type S with my own preferences picked out. And I think that's probably been one of the best, funnest, and it's sometimes disheartening parts of this build, was when you just get into that treasure hunt, that Easter egg hunt for all of these rare parts, you know, whether it be OEM, aftermarket, what have you. It bites you and it pulls you in. And I think that's what really has taken over this car. You know, I've had these cars for over 10, 12, 13 years, and throughout multiple RSXs that I've owned, they've kind of always had their own personality. And this one does too. But I think with this one, I've had the most fun meeting people, talking with people from Japan and other parts of the world, doing transactions with them, and, you know, finding leads on rare parts. And not only that, but building a knowledge base of correct parts versus non-correct parts. This part didn't, you know, come on this car for this market. This part didn't come on this car for this trim, etc., etc. And though, like I've said, including the decal right there, which is wrong, it's still fun to know. And if there's any RSX guys out there who would like to do a true build or a true clone of a Type S or a Type R or something of that nature, I can pretty much tell you just about every single difference there is between the chassis. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Or, you know, email me, find me on Facebook. I'm always open to talking about these cars. I love Honda, but I've really found a passion in these DC5s. They're a blast to drive, a little underpowering at sometimes, but overall just wonderful cars, and I don't think the automotive industry will ever manufacture them to the quality that these were built. And that goes with a lot of other cars as well too. So yeah, let's get right down to it, and I will show you what's going on the inside. So what are these? These are the keys to success. So starting off with the interior portion, I guess we should start off with the key. First off, you can see the GasCanCo adamantium key clasp, and that's actually using the Heckler & Koch clasp. That's really cool how they weave that into the nylon. And as far as the key itself, that would be an FD2 Type R key, especially made for Miss Mia. The Type R ones for the DC5 were basic, but they still had a key fob. This one has the key fob built into it. Peep the decal. Alrighty, so upon entering the illustrious Mia, you're greeted with the GasCanCo B-pillar bars. And that also is connected to the harness bar. I'll show you in a minute. The door sill is actually out of the 02 to 04 Integra IS, not the 0506 Type S, which did get that emblem on the door sill. First, it would have been redundant having the exact same logo side by side like that. And also, the ratio of this logo does not fit very well where that one is, which is why I chose the older emblem. The seat, you can see, has the inevitable manufacturer tear from factory Recaros. Moving into the footwell, we've got the Mugen floor mats, the Mugen pedals, and the factory S2000 dead pedal. So if you're ever in the hunt for a dead pedal, just score one out of an S2000 and turn it upside down, and it fits perfectly. Who would have guessed? That is also an S2000 shift knob. Moving upwards, you can see the Takata Drift Spec 3s. These are 4-point harnesses. And if I'm not mistaken, I think mine have actually expired, according to the tag right there. But it's okay, because I don't do any silly kid drag racing or drifting in this car. Moving up to the dash, we have the push start button. This is offered by Mugello for the Australian market. And which is funny because the button itself in the shroud is the exact same button out of an S2000. However, this plastic bezel, that's the hard part to find. And then of course the mirrors are heated, whereas in Japan and Australia they were folding. So we'll turn the heated mirrors on. Now from the driver's seat, we do have the Type R airbag. However, that is not the Momo steering wheel just yet. That is just a factory RSX steering wheel. And here we have the gauge cluster. You can see I purchased it from Japan as well. You can see off to the side dial that it's just in kilometers, no miles per hour given. And fun fact, I was actually on my way out to Eric Jarvis's shop, and I could not see where it set cruise control. So I contacted my friend Kinto over in Japan, and he explained to me why there was no icon for cruise control. And then I realized these buttons don't exist over there because they don't have cruise control. I guess tiny island means no sprawling highways. Okay, so I know you're having fun. You're enjoying, everything that you're seeing, and I appreciate it. I really do. However, I do want to take a minute and acknowledge GasCanCo, who again invited me back to be on the channel for their series for Carmmunity. And I just want to say thank you. My car is nothing special. I'm nobody special. However, I think we can all agree that the passion inside of us is much brighter than what people see on the outside, including our vehicles. It could be an old Beat or a Honda. It could be a built GTR. It doesn't matter. But the passion inside is much, much brighter and much better than what the average Joe just sees on the outside. So with that, I want to say thank you for inviting me back. And guys, by all means, go support a local business. They have apparel, they have numerous products in the works, and they have their own energy drink tailored just for the automotive and moto enthusiast. They're based out of Kentucky. However, they have already reached people worldwide. So go support them. So if you're interested in joining the Carmmunity on GasCanCo, do what I did. Go out to an empty parking lot, do a simple vlog, show people your build, introduce them to you, and show them what you've got going on. And then hit up GasCan, send them the footage, and see what you all can work out. And hopefully you too can be featured on their YouTube channel. They're all about supporting individuals like yourself, so if you have a personal YouTube channel you're trying to get off the ground but just can't get the views, share it to their Carmmunity, and they will, promote all of your YouTube channel, all of your social media links as well, to give back to help people find you. It's a really great thing that they're doing, and I support it 100%. One thing I absolutely loved about these cars is they were always driver oriented. The dash and all the controls were very simple. You knew where everything was, and everything was at your fingertips. Not to the extent of the S2000, but pretty darn close. In the center stack here, I did remove the 6-disc CD changer in place for a custom Google Nexus tablet. And then I also have the Ep.2 Civic Si hazard button. The DC5 never got a red hazard button. They were all black, no matter what trim, what model, or what market. Contrary to popular belief. And then down in this footwell, we've got the OEM spec Honda Road Flare and K-Tuner. Tuning provided by Eric Jarvis. And one of my favorite things about this whole build is this little booklet right here. This booklet I got from Australia. You can see it actually has some of the sales reps. Wonder if these guys are still selling cars 20 years later. Now from the looks of the H embossed, where it's a little bit more squared, I'm assuming we have a little notebook there. I'm assuming this is for the maybe an 01 model. I think the brochures got updated later in 02 and 03. Emissions control, cruise control. Again, these are all from Australia. The CD changer and the AM FM radio. But the coolest part is the matching instruction booklet from Japan. So again, this kind of a little red-headed stepchild build, but just collecting all this stuff from across the world has been a blast. This one, unopened, unused, printed in Japan. So little stuff like this means a lot. I think it's the attention to detail that tops it off. Let's go take a look at the back seat and see what's going on there. But real quick, you can see the headliner. I did have it reupholstered along with the A-pillars. For some reason, Honda thought it'd be a great idea to do, as they call it, titanium to match the bezels and trim along the headliner and A-pillars. So we went ahead and took care of all of that. And as you can see in the back, not a whole lot going on. I do have my matching Takata book bag because I'm a fanboy, even though they have recalls every other week. The back seat I did want to leave in as it gives it a more finished look, but I took out the bottom section, that way they would lay flush. And then you've got the matching harness bar with the GoPro mounts, rocking and rolling. And then again, another collectible. An unopened, there we go, an unopened first aid kit. So if I ever find myself in a situation where I actually need that, just let me bleed. It'll be fine. And that's about it for the interior. So what'd you think about me as interior parts? Do you like what I've done with her so far? What would you change? Leave them in the comments and I'll read them and answer them. If you have any questions about where I found some things or how I've done some things, hit me up. I'm on Facebook. I'm going to read these comments and stay in touch with the guys over at GasCan, and I'll see about getting you an answer. But until the next episode, later guys.